Hey guys, happy Friday. Um, I've been trying to I've been trying to record this video like this is the third time now because every time SP keeps calling me in the middle of it and it's just like, why are you so obsessed with me? It's so funny. I'm just playing. But yeah, you see, like if you've heard my stories in the past, like this used to be an issue. Like I used to be that person that's like, when are you gonna call? When are you gonna text? You never call. Da, 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 da. And now it's interrupting my videos. Jeez. But same way I flip that around, you guys can too. Just like every single success story you hear from me on this channel, you can do it. I literally love a challenge. So bring on the circumstances. I don't care, you guys. Literally, I've heard it all. We flip it around. And you get what you want. You guys, first of all, happy Friday. It's gonna be a good one today. Good video. I'm going to share with you actually an amazing story from a client that I met with yesterday. I'll give you a little breakdown. So what happened was she came to me yesterday was our update session. Like she's been working on the Master Your Mind, Manifest Your SP course from me. In the past, she's had like the Manifest Money course, and she's been getting a lot of breakthroughs with the money course. And then she decided to try Master Your Mind one because things with SP were like not so good. And what happened was they were in no contact for a really long time. And the way they fell off was not making her feel like safe in her body. The way they fell off, she was not calm at all for a very long time. And it kept triggering her. Even though time had passed, they weren't in any communication. Even though nothing was in her face actively triggering her, she still was super triggered because she was thinking about the person all the time, thinking if she made like a huge mistake reacting the way she reacted. They had an argument. The way they fell out was they had an argument, and a lot of bad things were said, a lot of hurtful things were said. She showed up kind of, she calls it like crazy. Like she just came off super strong, super like, she said like disrespectful and all these things. And she was told by her SP, like, that's it, we're done. You're never going to hear from me again. Like, I can't tolerate this type of behavior. And she was just so like broken after that. And listen, it happens. Like, we all go through, if you're in an argument or if you're hurt, like, sometimes you say things you don't mean. Sometimes you show up in a way you don't mean at all. But this is why circumstances don't matter. And this is why, like, you can work through anything. You can work through anything. She was literally told, we're done forever. Like, don't call me. Don't remember me. Don't this, don't that. We're done. Like, in a very rude and mean way. And at first, obviously, you're kind of angry too. So you're like, okay, whatever, right? But then you get in your feels. You miss the person. You want them back. You're feeling like, why should I throw this away? Like, all this time I put into the relationship, right? So she worked on the Master Your Mind, Manifest Your SP course for about, I would say, how much did she say? How many weeks? She said 6 weeks, I believe, like consistently. She was doing the homework in there consistently. Literally yesterday, she told me, she was like, Ani, he's been coming in like crazy. Like, I feel like I always say this, you guys, when it comes to like the success stories, but she was like, Ani, this whole time, I was the one worried about the way I showed up, the way I behaved, if this person will ever want me back. And she literally was like, when he came in and we were talking about that, how we fell off, you know, and how we missed each other all this time, he was telling me that all this time he's been thinking like the same thoughts I've been thinking about the missing and about I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have said that, I shoulda, woulda, coulda, like all these things this person projected back onto me. And she was like, Ani, it just feels like a miracle every time. And I'm like, I know, like that's the best part. You guys, when you learn, like when you get a hang of this manifesting thing, your power, what happens is like you almost like long for that miracle feeling every time a manifestation happens. Of course you love the result of what's happening, you've always desired it, but it's that like surprise factor that feels so good because you never really know when it's going to play out, you never really know how either. So when it does play out and it's all of a sudden, like obviously you've been waiting for it, but it's all of a sudden and it plays out in a way that you wouldn't have expected, it just feels so good. It just feels like a miracle every time. And I love that. I love that. Like it's become super exciting for me to hear these success stories because me and my clients are always like, okay, let's see how, like the how, like let's dissect the how, like how it happened. It's so fun. But I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy because she was telling me how hard it was. Like, yes, she was doing the homework, she was staying consistent, but she's also human. Like, I went through it too when I was manifesting SP and I didn't know like when or how or if it would even happen, you know, like you're always in a questioning. It just, you have human moments, you have emotional releases, you have the thoughts of what if it doesn't work out, what am I going to do with my life? Like you have all these thoughts and that's super normal. Please don't think that you're not going to get your manifestation just because you go through the feels. I honestly think the healthy way of this is you going through the feels, you feeling what you need to feel, let it come up, let it purge out. Like don't keep it inside, don't keep it hostage inside, because that's not even something you want to keep deep down in your feelings and your subconscious. Like that pain and that hurt, you don't want to keep it there all the time. Naturally it will come out, naturally the feels will come out, naturally the negative thoughts will come out. Don't be afraid, don't be afraid of that. And I know there's people out there that are like, well, I'm gonna manifest my journey to be super positive and I'm never gonna have a negative thought ever. Well, in my opinion, that's impossible. Because imagine you turning on your navigation on your phone, but your navigation not telling you go left or go right. That's the whole reason why those negative thoughts and feelings come up anyway, because they're navigating you. So stop trying to focus on being positive all the time. Rather, focus on staying calm when the things come up that may shake you. You are going to become unshakable going forward. You're going to become unfazed going forward. That's what I work on with my clients. That's where I want to get you. Like, you're not going to be focusing on, let's just affirm all day and not feel any negative thoughts and flip every single thought. Like, I don't want you to do that. I mean, you could try to do that. See how long you can maintain the manifestation. Everything I'm teaching is from personal experience. I've tried every single thing. You can't tell me a technique out there that I don't know of in the last 10, 15 years. And it all comes down to the same thing, like changing the mindset, embodying the version of you that already has it. Like it all comes down to the same thing. But stop focusing, and I told my client this too, and I talk about it in the courses too. Stop focusing on having a perfect journey in your manifestation. Stop focusing on being perfect. Stop focusing on, I cannot have a negative thought. I cannot say anything negative. I'm going to mess everything up. Stop it. Stop that. That is literally the equivalent to you turning on your navigation to go somewhere, to get to a certain destination, but putting it on mute. We can't hear anything negative. We can't hear the navigation go left, go right. We can't hear that. No, we're not doing that. That's the same thing. That's what you're doing when you're trying to be positive all the time, and when you're trying to flip thoughts 24/7 when you don't feel good inside. Now, it's different if you're in a calm, cool, collected self-concept, and then you're trying to affirm for things, and then you're trying to flip your thoughts all the time. That's different. That's a different story. But if you're doing stuff and it doesn't feel good, there's a deeper thing there. And I've heard a lot of people say, don't deal with the deeper stuff. Just like don't heal, whatever. My opinion is you actually deal with all of it all at the same time as you're manifesting through it. Like as you level up, things come up. Things come up, you face them. You face them, you deal with them. Guess what? They don't come up as much anymore. Then you level up. Life becomes easier. Manifestations come faster. Then you may face different struggles. You may face something that is the next level type of struggle, which is fine. Which is fine. Because it's getting you the desire. It's kind of like, you know, when you would play a video game and each level feels harder, but you're actually becoming a pro. The more and more you do it, you're actually becoming a pro. So like, there's no question anymore if you're good at something or not. Like, you just know that this is nothing. Like, I can handle, like, this is nothing. They're not obstacles. They're not struggles that are purposely being thrown at you. They're just things that are internal. It's internal gunk that needs to be cleared up. Okay? And as it clears up, you guys know, you guys remember, you guys, if you're OG follower, you remember the analogy. Old stuff in here, gunky stuff, dirty stuff in here, in the subconscious mind, wants to get out when you start filling it with the new story. Because this has to come out for this to make space, right? So for this to fit in there, the old stuff has to come out. Let it come out. Let it come out. Is it sometimes painful? Yeah. But it's not a test. It's never a test. It's never for you to get hurt. It's never for you to not get what you want. It's never for you to have the carrot dangled in front of your face and then not get it. It's for your own benefit. So nothing's ever trying to punish you. It's literally just trying to help you navigate through to where you want to be. Sometimes this line is straight if there's no resistance. Sometimes that road is straight. There's no left or right turns. You're fine. Sometimes there's deeper stories. Like, for example, with this client, her literal story was, the way we fell off, he'll never want to talk to me ever again. The way we fell off, he probably won't want me to meet his family or parents or nothing, because he saw me in that way and he never wants to see me in that version ever again because it was so rude and disrespectful. So her story was, he won't come back in. He won't come back into my life because the way I showed up, and I'm embarrassed too, and I feel guilty now, and all these things was her gunk inside that she was working on clearing up and staying calm. And then he came in, and literally he showed her the same what's the word? The same concerns she had about the situation, he had too. He was feeling like, damn, she probably thinks I'm a jerk now. Like, you know, like, how am I gonna reunite with her? Like, I feel so embarrassed for like just cutting it off right there and then. Like, this could have been talked about. We could have cooled off and talked about it, but I just literally cut the cord real quick, and that shows that I wasn't so mature either in that situation. And they're like, he was sharing this with her, and she was just like she was just like, what? Like, I literally was working on me and working my mindset and working on the story. And now this guy is showing up in the accepting version, the version that accepts me however I show up. So you can do it too, you guys. I talk about it in all my videos, how to approach certain situations, how to understand. Like, it's not so much that you got to worry about the techniques, I feel, because all techniques lead to you changing your mindset about the situation. If you need a guided routine and homework, my courses always have that, like always. So if you need that, if you need more than these videos, links are in the description box down below. But if you aren't like so new to my videos, what's important to when it comes to getting your manifestation, what's important is not trying to be perfect at this. Like, stop trying to be perfect. Stop trying to fake that positivity. Stop trying to, I even have clients that cannot embody the state. That is fine. You hear us all the time talking about embody the state, embody, feel it real, right? If you cannot do that, that is completely fine. I could not feel it real when there was a third party in my reality. I couldn't feel real. Oh, SP's with me, SP's living with me, SP's holding me in their arms. I couldn't feel that real. Like, I was like, I cannot. But what I could do were different things. Like, you can visualize, you can meditate, you can do scripting, inner conversations. There's so many different things. Whatever resonates with you. Do not force something just because someone's telling you, or you see a bunch of videos on embody the state, feel it real. If you can't do that, stop forcing yourself. You forcing yourself is creating more lack and prolonging the whole thing. Okay? I'd rather you do what feels good to you. If affirming feels good to you, affirm for it. But watch your inner world. Watch where you're at anxiety-wise. Watch where you're at calmness-wise. Is your mind at peace, or are you doing the work and then you're going back and like, oh my God, I gotta get this. Where is this? Where are they? Let's check Facebook. Let's check Instagram. Let's check TikTok. Let's check all the social media platforms. Let's go run by their house and look through the window. Are they there? Is there someone there? Stop. Stop it. What I want to make something clear is this. Maybe this is the easiest way you can apply. Can't even talk, you guys. What's going on here? The easiest way you can apply embodying something is ask yourself this. Would the version of myself that knows she's worth it, would the version of myself that knows she's worth it, that knows she's deserving, that knows she is loved, that knows that no one can compare to her, would that person go and check social media every 5 minutes? Would that person be going and running by their house to check if SP's home? Would that person be going and checking their old text messages and reading everything, double checking everything, making sure they said the right things, they did the right things? Or would that person be more calm and trusting? Remember, I want you to look back on everything you've manifested, big or small. I want you to look back. When did it come? When did the manifestation come? When you were stressed out about it? Or when you had your mind off of it? The universe will push it to you when you're calm. When you're stressed out about it, it's like you're trying to drink out of this with the cap's on. Stress, release, make your mind at peace, accept present moment, accept current reality, Now we can drink out of it. Now this can get to you. This cannot get to you. Manifestation cannot get to you when you're trying super hard to get it. That is lack. And there's a fine line. A lot of people think, like I mentioned multiple times in this video, you got to be perfect. You do not have to be perfect. A lot of people think they cannot think a negative thought because that will ruin everything. You're okay. Don't worry. Make sure the majority of your day, though, is not on the negative. A lot of people think they have to hold on to all the techniques. I got to be doing it. I got to be doing it. The longer I do it, if I could do this technique for 5 hours a day, it'll come faster. No. Because when you're doing something for too long and you're stressing it too long, the cap is on tight. You got to let it loose. Got to let it loose so it can come in. Let's take a little drink. I hope this makes sense, you guys. One thing I challenge you to do going forward, this literally SP was calling me again. Like, I'm telling you, literally, you guys can go from not being number one to being the one and only. Okay? I challenge you this weekend, this week, to stop trying to be perfection. Stop trying to be perfect. Stop trying to make sure you watch every manifestation video. Make sure you do your techniques like hours and hours a day. You're afraid to talk about something because you're afraid it'll manifest. Stop that. We are humans and we got to make this work in a human way too, in a natural way. Stop trying to suppress everything. Stop it. Like, I know it sounds repetitive, but you probably don't even know how much you're doing it until you kind of work on not doing it so much. So that's what I want to challenge you on doing this weekend. You guys also, like this week, if you're someone that's trying to manifest money and abundance, you know, I share a lot of money successes, like my personal ones, through jackpot wins. I have a lot of streams of income. I don't show all of them, but the funnest one is the jackpot wins. And a lot of people think that's the only way, like, you can get money. That is not the only way, like, outside of your job. For example, I had a client this last week. She literally manifested $120,000 gifted to her from her boss through like company shares. So the funny thing about it is she always knew about that option, but she never really focused on it because in her mind, the circumstance was you got to go through seniority. Like, it's a seniority thing. You got to be there for a certain amount of time in order to get some type of bonus. And it was completely out of her mind that she can receive that in this like short amount of time that she's been there. But guess who received it? My client received it because we were focusing on it. We were working on it. She liked to script about it. She liked to visualize it, but not so much where you're draining yourself. So I'm so proud of you, girl. If you're watching, 120,000 and outside, like it's like a bonus. It's not even like it was supposed to be included in her salary or it was supposed to be included. No, it wasn't supposed to be included. It's just a bonus, like extra money. Like, so proud of you. And for those of you watching, this is your birds before land. This is your sign. Like, Stop thinking so limited. Don't worry about circumstances. Her circumstance was she got to be working a certain amount of years there to get it, and she broke that circumstance. Like, anytime you get a circumstance in your reality, in your mind, just say that doesn't apply to me. I'm VIP, I'm special. What I want to show you guys is this. So you guys, this was in one day. These jackpots were in one day. So these papers is what you get when you get a jackpot, by the way. I'm showing you because, you know, you're going to get one too. So you might as well know how it all works, right? You guys are going to receive them too. So literally this last 2 months, like, look at how, like, these are all jackpot wins, you guys. These 4 were in one day. Let me show you, but I got to close some information. I don't know if you could see, these 4 were in one day, and one is 2,478, 1,650, 5,750, 1,680, like in one day. And if you guys go, if you guys play, if you guys I don't know, if you play anything, if you bet on anything, like, here's your manifestation, this is gonna be you, okay? Like, you're gonna be holding these winning tickets, winning documents. Again, even with money, don't be limited. Even with SP, don't be limited. You are born to be unlimited, but you have not known that all your life. So along the way to this information, you've created certain stories, certain circumstances. You've created a certain blueprint that's very logical. Another challenge I would like you to apply this weekend is don't try to be so logical. Stop trying to be so logical. You don't always have to know the how of things. Just put it in your mind, practice on it, visualize it, meditate on it, script it out. Do whatever resonates with you, but do it. Like, apply it. Don't just watch videos all day and just not apply it consistently. Okay, you guys? If you are interested in my courses, links are going to be down below. The contest is still going. If you guys want to win a free hour coaching session with me, the link is in the description box. Just sign up and you're automatically in the draw. You're in the contest. So good luck to everyone. I know I've been super like booked up, but those of you that manifest it quick. So limitless, you're limitless. I love you. I will see you in next Friday's video. I hope this video resonated, you guys. If it did, comment down below.